Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fire side. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh. Please fill my cup.
What's been stolen from me, little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. I got my eyes on you, and you got no clue what I'm supposed to do. I can't help my
Check 1 2 1 2.
little by little, piece by piece.
It's 1:45. We're going to give another minute, minute 18 seconds or whatever. See if we get some more people coming in. Then we'll just go ahead and get into it.
Until I'm complete. No, you wouldn't take what's not yours. If you know who I am, when the night will fall, I'll haunt your dreams. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to a daytime version of our show. They are sporadic. You would have to turn on your bell notifications to catch these little guys because there's not a set schedule yet for a day show. Eventually, hopefully, we'll move over to maybe a morning show. It's not happening just yet. But the reason for the video today, well, there might be some things we need to take a look at. There might be a little bit of hope coming from altcoins, but we got to be careful about what we're thinking. There might be a relief rally. It's part of what my strategy is to help me de-risk a little bit of some of my positions here. De-risking means just to make it more favorable for me to win and get in profit sooner and take advantage of any further dip down that we might have, because the evidence is showing that there's a good possibility we might get that further drop to the downside. If I kind of squeeze every last drop that I can out of this trend line, we might be safe. If I carry this trend line on Bitcoin from our bottoms over here, these candle bodies is where I like to go, take it up to these wicks here. Just touch those and you can see now we got one little wick that kind of weakened this trend line already, saying, nah, I poked a hole in it. It may hold, it may not hold. So this is as far as I can comfortably go with my trend line strategy, right? For me to do anything else is me just to be copping to say, oh well, I guess we'll just take it here. We lost what the trend line is going to tell us. This is what it's trying to tell us. If we can bounce here, it's going to be a good move. If we lose this, well, 58,000 is coming into the picture, man, slowly. Maybe 59, it just depends on where it goes. If you want to kind of get a little bit of a trajectory, try to put a little bit of a time frame to when it might happen. You follow the trend line and it can deviate from that, but it gives you a little bit of an idea about when we could get in here. Now, if you carry this down to the lower side, it would probably be a little bit more accurate as to a time frame about when we might get here. These are just guesstimations. And we're talking about 4th of July. Woohoo! It looks like 4th of July might be a downer day. It wouldn't surprise me. Or we could bounce here and the whole world could look better. Now, there's signs saying that we could be getting a bounce here. That would definitely help us with a relief rally. It might be more than a relief rally if Bitcoin actually respects this area and gets a bounce, and it's quite possible. Here on the daily chart, just taking our fibs, we are at a 0.5 retracement area. That's Charles Dow theory. That's a good place for a bounce. So is that 618 though, where we normally come down to, and there's a lot of support there. Now that area is at 62,291. And that could be just one rung in the ladder as we step down to 58, or we could bounce around here and have a relief rally for Bitcoin coming back up to 65,000 there. Retest those areas. 65,000 is an area we need to watch, and we're hanging around there today. If we can get past 65.5 and hold it, we got a good chance of Bitcoin actually getting a little bit of a comeback from here. And maybe this will make everybody's calling this an inverted head and shoulders. You can. I mean, it definitely has this shape, but it's just in the wrong placement. That's a bottom pattern, so automatically I'm suspect on that. But a lot of people, if you just Google it and just go by the little 2-minute, the first sentence in the thing, the thing is, when you see this pattern drawn, the inverted head and shoulders, when you look at it, the price is always coming down into it. Okay. It's a reversal pattern from price coming here. So when you got price going up into it and making it, oh, that's a different animal, really. I mean, it looks a similar, coral snake, king snake. One of them safe, one of them will kill you. They look so cute together, but which one are you going to grab? So kind of that idea is the situation we got going on with Bitcoin. This affects our altcoins, and that's what I'm getting to. And that's where I'm going to come over to total 3. And to me, total 3 is an important thing to watch. When you go trading, or when you go on vacation, anybody ever taken those beach vacations and you get there during hurricane season, it rains the whole time, storms the whole time, and your whole vacation is just miserable? That's why we need total 3. Now, some people like it, some people don't. I'm just going to tell you, for me, it's a game changer because it gives you an overall view of what to expect. It's like checking the weather before you go on your trip. And it gives us a clue that we got a little sunshine coming short term. Okay, this is the relief rally that I'm looking for. We're going to bounce off of here on total 3, 200 moving average on the daily, also a 382 Fibonacci area. So it's a great place to get a bounce, great place for a relief rally. Meaning what I expect to happen, unless Bitcoin does a total 180 and starts getting above 67,000, 68,000, in that case, we're probably going to break back into this trend line. But what we normally expect is a rejection, and then this $528 billion target for total 3 market cap, which if you ride that down, you're going to be sad and crying. Not only fun, unless you like the pain. Some of you like the pain. I don't know. I don't like the pain anymore. I really don't. But what I'm seeing is that we might have a week's worth, or up to a week's worth of up days, and that means your altcoin backs will go back up. And what I'm suggesting is watch this closely, because this is cluing us in that they'll only go up so far before they possibly dump, and that would give you a great opportunity to kind of offset some mini losses. Maybe anything that you've been nibbling at now will get you in the profit sooner. That's the strategy I'm doing. I am watching this closely as we get a little rise in altcoins and they start coming back, and then everybody flips bullish again on altcoins. Whoa! So buy it. Look at this flag. Jump in now. Look at this trade. It's going to the upside. That's when I'm going to be taking some profits in my altcoins, de-risking, taking some profits, paying down my Bitcoin. If you're following my spot margin strategies on CoinEx, I've got a little thing going on, a whole plan going on over there to make a lot more Bitcoin using altcoins. And right now the signs are good on the daily that we are getting this bounce. I just want to come over to the 4 hour just to kind of look at a smaller time frame, showing a little bit of divergence there, which would give us a nice little bounce up. And really, that's what we need. So we still got some work to do, but we're above the non-moving average here in the 4 hours. Good start to recovery right there. First, admit you have a problem. So on the 4 hour, price is admitted that it can't do anything unless it gives it up to the non-moving average, and the non-moving average will carry it forward as much as it can until it can no longer do it. So might we pull a fib and see if we got any confluence areas to watch? And $628 billion is going to be up the first tick up. We need to come back up here to 643, but would love to see 658. Now we just have to track this along, but at each of these places might be an area to look at your portfolios and say, can I take some profit here? Can I pay myself a little bit here? Because a further drop down is very likely to happen. And if you prepare for it, it's not horrible. If you prepare for it, it can actually be a profitable move. If you don't prepare for it and just ride it and watch your account, well, you're suffering through a lot of unnecessary stress, and also losing out on some potential to actually do what you're here in the first place to do, which is to make money. And you can only make money if you got a strategy or a plan. And the TA is saying, man, altcoins are getting ready to take a hit. There's no Hail Mary in sight yet until it gets above these areas, and you would have to see a lot of volume come in, like true retail or big money deciding, hey, let's go take these altcoins for a ride and see if we can sucker them in. I don't know. Breaking this trend line is a major thing. So that's my spiel, and got some we got some altcoins that are on the move today, doing pretty well. We can take a look at those. Take a look at any altcoins you guys want to, because this is more about if you guys want to take a look at your bags, and I'm going to be taking a look at my bags to see where I can take some profit on here, because I'm not expecting altcoins to go to the moon anytime soon. I expect them to go up, and then I expect them to come down further. I also expect Bitcoin possibly to come down further. So a few days, I would say from now to Friday, they'll try to get us in a good place. I would not. Where's the chart I was using? Here's my thing. We're on the 4 hour on Bitcoin, but you've heard me talk about when the 100 crosses to 200. I'm guesstimating about 2 out of 3 times that happens, just from my personal experience and my personal notes, that we can get a rally from that. Maybe to come all the way up to touch that 100 moving average area, maybe only to come up to this 50, but we could possibly see recovering 66 to 68,000 out of Bitcoin. But overall, the moving averages with this cross here, they totally flip bearish. So this would be a relief rally with a possibility of coming back and maybe even breaking through this trend line one more time. Remember, we gave it some wiggle room there. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin, because the signs are saying, man, on the bigger time frames where it really counts, that well, she's just not quite through with her pullback yet. And 58 could be a very real possibility, and it's very important to take advantage of these points before major trend lines do break, to have a plan in place, because afterward you're just kind of stuck and you're like, oh, I missed my chance, so I guess I'm just going to have to ride this one out. And it sucks riding things out. But if you got a strategy in place, you can really, this is what we need to kind of focus on in this market. Now, also on these bigger time frames, the momentum is there. So I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go to zero or take our altcoins. The altcoins are going to suffer more, because Bitcoin dominance, if we take a look over here, is still on its way up. And that means more attention to Bitcoin than altcoins. So the game plan is to kind of, for me personally, is to kind of get out of some of these trades or positions that, you know, I have not the real conviction for, the ones I saw a little bit of opportunity. Weed through those. There are probably even some failures through there that I need to weed out, but that's what I'll be working on. And concentrating a little bit more into some more solid projects that I've got more conviction in. Because the altcoin market is saturated, and the altcoin market will suffer for a little while Bitcoin finds its place on the global stage. But the plus side is we got Ethereum coming right behind it. I meant to go over altcoin news last night and talk about that, but I just forgot all about it. But Layer GG was talking about that last night. Consensus has announced that the SEC is closing its investigation into Ethereum 2.0, confirming that the sales of ETH are not considered security transactions. That was big news yesterday. We just didn't get around talking about it last night. Was there anything else happening? P-Stake, Pixel, Lost Chapter 2. Trump, that was one that was interesting. I meant to talk about this one last night too, and I just got sidetracked. Trump, gigantic rebirth, put $100 million bet on DJT that it's fake and there's no involvement in Donald Trump. Okay, but that's also creating some movement for the Trump token, which I played because that sucker dropped. I don't know if you guys caught this. I meant to go over this. But this guy took a big beating yesterday, right? Now you got two ways to look at this. Like, oh crap, I was buying this flag to the upside, and it just fell out. It came all the way down like 579. Well, my little DJ just a little hard. Just like, oh my gosh, we got stuff. So we started buying this around $6.50, $7, and she bounced all the way back to 9 as far as I see. I think it was on this bounce, yeah. On to 10 from there. This is one that I see as, I know it's a meme, but it's one that I see has potential for, you know, it's going to come back to these areas somewhere around 12, 13. I've got limit order set through there to take some profit on that, but it's been nice seeing how this one has been bouncing up and down, just catching it at some of those, you know, bottoms there. It's a risky play, but I don't like those risky plays. And when price drops is on those big red days and you got dry powder, it's fun to deploy it on a few little risky, possibly risky trades here. And so we got us into a downward channel now. We'll stay here until we don't. It sucks when you say that, but we're looking for, maybe we can recover this 200 moving average. Maybe it'll lose it. 9's trying to cross it. That's not good signs. I'm seeing some signs here that she may come on down. She comes back down to $6 again. I'm going to be buying some more Trump. I'm just saying. I expect her at least get back to 9, maybe up to, that'd be awesome. She could never get back up here and double top at $17. So just one of the things that I've been working on here. And as she goes up, I just peel off a little. I mean, this is not one of my long-term holds or anything, but for a meme coin, it does have pretty good tokenomics, I think. I mean, the lower supply, and that's why the price is that much higher, and definitely relevant for what's going on. And so just what I'm looking for. I would like to point out that, you know, we're on the 8-hour, even on, let's see, the daily, we're below the 50. Still above the 100. I'm looking at the moving averages here. Here on the 12-hour, we're finding support on the 200. That's good. So our moving averages have the momentum that we need. the main ones, the 200, the 100, and the 50, man, they look good. So a retest of this 50 moving average area around 1285, I can be in play. It may take it a little while to get there, but you know, hey baby, I mean, you consider up to 100% gains just depending on where you get in to get back up to these areas. It made my degen have to look at it. There might be some more good buys for that one. Shout out to Dave P hanging out with me. We got Mr. Miles says, so sneaky at midday stream, eh? Yeah, I know. I didn't even mention it on Telegram. Actually, I didn't know at the time. It's seriously just a look at the chart and say, hey man, this might be a good time to go and talk about a few things. Crypto 420 says, let's go. All right, well, guys, if you got any coins you want to look at, throw them in there. Otherwise, you're going to look at the ones that I'm taking a look at. Trump has been doing, that was an interesting play. Some, let's see, some meme coins that seem to be moving. MFR seems to be doing a little bit today. Let's take a look at that. And you got to come down to smaller time frames, I guess, to really appreciate it. Like, let's just go to a 1 hour. 1 hour would be sufficient to cover what's going on mostly today and tomorrow. What is going on here? Get rid of a confusing line there. So MFR, let's take a look at this little guy. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. We came down to our 1272 area. We're finding resistance at the 1.13. We got that little guy right here that we need to get above. If we can't get above it, well, welcome to 1618 territory down here at 0.017. Yeah, that would suck, but it's on the table. And the 1414 right here at 0.0022. If we cannot get past this area here at what was that, 3 cents. So that's kind of what we're looking at here for MFR. She's got a nice little rally today. We just want to see these altcoin rallies continue. At least that's what I'm looking for. And they may not. It all depends on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does, but MFR, is that a good one to get in? Well, your degens really got to like it because it's really at a lower low. She may make a recovery. She may just roll over and die. So that one's kind of risky in my personal opinion, even though she is kind of up today. Turbo is also up today as far as meme coins going, because that seems to be what people seem to be looking at right now. So that one's got a nicer bounce. Still, it needs to get past the area it's struggling with here, 0.005 cent area. Or else she's coming back down to some of these much lower areas right here. I mean, to go ahead and pull you back over here, baby. What do we have over here? But if she gets above that, then that would be awesome. We can definitely be looking at this 0.0068 area over here at these tops. Let's pull a fib so we can get a little bit more accurate. I use fibs. Now you can do support resistance and put your, your targets and everything equal with these tops and over here. You would probably want to front run that because it's not always likely that you'll come back and meet that exact price. So that's one of the things, one of the reasons that I don't do that. Why I prefer on fibs. And if you notice, my fibs kind of do perfectly for that. And they also kind of line up some really heavier support resistance areas. Fibs are awesome for finding targets, in my personal opinion. I would be looking really for this 0.0074. It's your standard go-to for the most likely place that you're going to have somebody saying, I'm selling. And then all these little places in between. This one looks good, 0.0059 for a shorter term target there. That 382 area where it's got to go up, and we got to break over this area. And if we do that, we're going to tap that area because let's see if we can get past it. That's the fence. We're going up to the fence to see if we can climb over. If we can't climb over it, we got to come back. And so for Turbo, if it does make it over the fence, it's got to possibly another 17-18% gains before she might turn back. But if she does turn back, she could eventually start going up to the next level of the fence with 32% gains and eventually make it up to 50% gains. So slow stair step up and down. Just got to get over this 5.005 area. Mr. Mouse says, you know what I want? Mr. Mouse. Casper. Sitting at 14.4. Man, these 14-cent areas are juicy buy areas, and the closer it comes down here, I'm definitely trying to pick them up. Does look like she wants to take one more run down here. How far she goes, I don't know, but I'm going to put this near our white trend line there, as this little guy is now needs to be redefined a little bit better here. Maybe it's the time frame I'm on. Depending on what time frame you draw these lines, they can look a little different and weird on the other ones. Important thing is to find a time frame that you're going to plan on, and then you can pick whatever smaller time frame that you want to kind of play around in and nail things. So a big time frame like the 6 hour, why I picked 6, I don't know, but it looks good. It's got the 200 moving average along this trend line, so this one looks like a solid representation. Like it will give us some accurate details. So that's one good thing about the multiple time frames. If one looks confusing, you can switch to a different one and it may be speaking a little clearer. The other one may just be mumbling that day and you're not catching everything it's saying. So a lot of noise in the communication, so to speak. So that's another way to look at time frames. I know the concept of time frames freaks out some people. They just don't understand it. Some people have been trading for a long time. You know, they got a different look on time frames. They just want to stick with just one. Some people think that you just have to stick with just one to be accurate. And, you know, you get lots of information for everything if you can just take it in stride and put it together and hear what it's trying to tell you. 13.8 cents looks, wow. If it comes down there. If not, if she regains the 9 movement average, then that's good. But your sign's saying it's not time for that just quite yet. So Caspa still maybe coming down just to double test this 200 moving average area, this trend line, this main trend line that we got. That would be normal to expect, and just a greater opportunity for me to keep building my Caspa bags, because that's what I'm doing all through here. I got limit orders set to help me buy more. But what if it doesn't hold there? Well, what if it doesn't? That's why I buy bottoms, so that I got better risk management than if I'm buying up here. That's the difference between my outlook and some other people, is that, you know, they like buying it when it's high. They like chasing the flags, and, you know, I like buying on the cheap and watching number go up. I'm of the buy low, sell high school of thought, which we all should be, but it just seems like when you first get in it, as hard as you try to do that, you're always doing the opposite. And the reason you're always doing the opposite is because you're only into things when they're hot. They're not as sexy to you when they're down on the bottom. But for me, they're at their sexy when they're at their low, man. So Caspa in accumulation. MCGA, make crypto great again, also known as Caspa. Dayp says Billy meme coin. Billy. Oh, this one, I caught Crypto Chester last night. Shout out to Chris with Crypto Chester. Another YouTuber, does late night streams because of his location in the world right now, time frame. This was one that he mentioned getting into, and I think he caught this one, if I understand it right, I mean, way before, when it first came out, when it was like $3 million market cap, and I think it's around 50 million something now. I'm not, don't quote me on this. But if you do like memes, I would give him a follow. I was watching him, and he's got a little system that he's, you know, he knows what to look for to get into him. He's got a system other than, oh, everybody's talking about it, numbers going up. Does this got anything? Can we jump in? Is there a flag there? Can we get in? Woo! You know, he's got a good system to look at which coins to get into early and everything. And I like that. I admire that. It's a lot more work than I'm willing to put in, so I'm just going to watch him and see what he says. Memes are not my forte, but I do play them. But I'm not about to, you know, forego all my other plans to go in depth and to start studying all the you got your meme coin degens. They're doing all the work. They don't need me coming back in and try. I don't need to go in and try to learn that. I can just pay attention to them is how I'm looking at it. And then apply what I know to see, is this going to work out or not? So we're one big crypto happy family. So I like this 0.8 cents could be in the cards for this is what I'm getting. Swing high to swing low. Tell me what price is going to go. She's at her 618 now. So she is at the area where a lot of people would say, hey man, I'm going to sell some here. We tighten up my. I draw my little line there. So yeah, good. I meant to chart this one last night for myself. I think I looked at it on my phone, but I was tempted. But I actually went for a few others, which I might actually go over today that he mentioned. Make sure I give credit to charting or to Crypto Chester. I wouldn't know if I hadn't tuned into him. And I like Crypto Chester. He's a good dude. And he's got great TA skills and everything. I would say one thing that you will see different is that I really like is, man, I mean, he uses, he goes by a lot of indicators. And some people like that, some people don't like that. I'm cool with it because I used to trade with bots before I even learned TA, which I did it ass backwards. And I wish I'd done it. If I'd done it the proper order, I'd probably been more successful back then. But every indicator and everything has a strategy of its own. Doesn't mean that you have to take that, but you can combine them and look at the big picture, and then that helps you nail stuff. And so when I hear people talking bad about indicators and stuff, I'm like, I don't think you really understand, man. Or are you seriously thinking that every green dot that happens, that's where you got to buy, jump in, jump out? No, man, we're consolidating all this to get a bigger picture, but the indicators are helpful. I'm just saying, you got to find the one that speaks to you. And that's what I like about Crypto Chester, man. He uses a lot of different indicators that I'm not normally exposed to, and I'm like, hey, that one is really cool. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it, but I just like seeing what he, his take on it, and that's enlightening to me. So everybody doesn't have to do things exactly the way that you do. I don't expect people to do TA the way I do. That would be boring. I like seeing how people see different aspects of the market, and rather than, well, you suck at that. No, I would never do that, bashing or anything like that. I'm like, oh, that's a cool concept. Maybe I could apply that knowledge to what I got now. Maybe I should look into that. You gotta be open-minded, I believe. Or at least that's my take on it. 8 cents might be coming out of Billy. I like that. If that does not happen, she gets rejected here. Well, then. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. It tells us she's got a good chance to come right back down to this trend line, which is what we normally expect from this pattern. Hopefully she won't drop below it, because if she does drop below it, then we'll be looking at this guy right here about 3.8. We'll just do quick and dirty fibs. Well, quick and dirty fibs. So I'm not, man, I could have, dude, you so should have FOMO'd in last night. You should have, bro, dog. If only I listened to Crypto Chester last night. Could have got this at 5 cents. And been up 32, but dude, I think Chester got in when it was like down way in these areas, like below a penny or something. When he was looking at it. So shout out to Crypto Chester on finding this one. Let me look at Booker, which was another one that he mentioned, which I kind of thought was interesting. Boom. No, not that. That's Dex. I guess we got to go to Dex Tools. Well, let's get Degen. Booker. That one looked interesting. Is that it? Okay, I want all chains. I think it's Solana. I'm pretty sure it's Solana. What the hell is going on here? All chains. Somebody as a member don't know how to use Dex tools. I'm not buying that. It's not a base. Why are you going to base? All right, clearly I'm having technical difficulties. Maybe I'm saying the wrong name. In the meantime, I'm going to check out BOMI for 420, and I'll come back to the. I'll see which coins that was exactly, and we'll take a look at those charts. Chester, I think, is onto something with this strategy. And it's risky to get into these coins when they're new and coming out, but that's where the money's made, really, on the meme coins. They may not work out, they may rug on certain ones, but so BOMI looks like she's trying to regain this up on the 15-minute chart, and she's trying to get above the 200. That's a good deal. Let me zoom out just a minute and see what we got going on. Lost the trend line, that sucks. Found some support here at a level that I did not identify. Let's see if we can figure you out. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. There you are. It's 1618. She went to the full extent of that measure. That swing low to swing high. I don't always see them do that, and now she's hanging around just below the 1272. So there's a nice little trick. So this means that this should be a nice little bottom area. It should. We've got a more high probability of us bouncing off of this and at least coming back up. You know, maybe trying to test these areas at 0.009. So that's what the fibs are telling me for this particular move. So relief rally, remember the whole thing we started with this stream is I'm expecting a relief rally for altcoins, a little one, and then quite possibly we might see them drop more. So I'm advocating, or what my plan is, I can't tell you guys what to do, and nor should a YouTuber ever. But my plan is that as the things start coming back up to these levels we lost, they may not come all the way back up there, so don't get too ambitious. But, you know, de-risking, maybe if you got a play here, you can jump in and long and get out, or maybe you wait up here to short. Those ideas are what I'm looking for in the short term for all altcoins at the moment. So a little bit of relief rally, which on this one might possibly be another 15%, just straight spot. What coins did I buy last night? I've got a Solana meme coin wallet Degen play over here, and it was. Let me get to the right account here. Booper, that was the name of it, Booper. That's so Booper, this one, and that's the contract EK1Y2 pump. And this is against Solana. I want to rather do it in dollars. Right, that one was. Let me make sure our price is what's our price in. Oh, this is okay. This is against dollars. All right, so this one's new, pretty new. As in, I'm on the 5-minute chart, and this is what she's done. She was off to a really good start, and that's what looked good, but then things can happen really soon in memes. So I assume that I am down on this little guy. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, you did a deep ass retracement.
Stop myself and guilt in it's possible. Nobody else.
All right, so my play on this one, I don't know if she's going to make a higher high, or maybe she's just getting started. It's brand new, man. So this is risky as all get out. But the areas I would be looking at are going to be right here, 0.01018. Looking for a possibility of, oh golly, that's a getting up there is a almost a 200. That's almost a 2x just to get back up there. So if she's had a nice little parabolic move, sort of, and then lost it, right? She gave up the ghost right here. Walk off shoulder, head and shoulder, triple top, however you want to look at that, is a reversal pattern with you can't get past those areas, broke this trend line. She comes down then. And now we got a makeshift breakout here. Now if we want to take a measure move, you'd take that. and that's telling us that we could go back up to these areas if that hits. So on this one, this is worth it. You want to take a chance for it to go up or not? She is in reaccumulation now. Will she sink swim? I don't know, man, but I'm playing it. It had what's the deal with it? It's got a market cap now of what? Okay, oh yeah, market cap of $375,000. So very, very small, very risky. Circulating supply is 974 million. 1.85 thousand holders. Total supply is 1 billion for this one, and its DEX score is 89 out of 99. So I thought that looked interesting. And one other that he mentioned that I thought was interesting, called Holdy. Again, shout out to Crypto Chester, considered one of my YouTube bros. And he has a live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And these are just some of the picks that he had that I thought, that look interesting. Let me see what's going on here. And they've had a pullback since we looked at it. Let's go triple top scenario here, looks like, on the 5-minute chart. These are brand new, so they would be risky. And I'm probably down, but see, I would just be adding in at these bottoms. And I'm not going crazy. I'm just putting a little bit in. Short-term target 0.0025 could be coming in the picture. What would that look like from here? If we get above this area, which we got to get above, this 236 area at 0.00134, this is our accumulation zone by my explanation, my strategy, how I work this. And getting above that would be a great move that would help us get these higher areas. I mean, we'll just blast up there. We'll have to take it step at a time. But the Fibonacci is kind of identifying those steps perfectly. So Fib it's respecting the Fibs a lot. I like that. I like ones that really, really respect the Fibs. And we could be looking where we are now to where I would look at to get out, or at least take some profit. A nice 114%. And so there's getting in on these coins while they're so cheap and at their bottoms would be a great way just to moonbag it. So if someone were to put, let's take a look at some of these buys down here. We got a lot of $20 buys. Golly, there's one for $1,382. That's more than I would ever put into a meme coin, especially initially in this situation like this. But hey, somebody's got some balls. No doubt about it. Some people selling the bottoms here, or maybe they bought the bottoms and selling a little bit of profit. But I don't know, you put, let's see, what we got, $58 went in there, somebody bought 6. Let's say you put $50 in here, it got up here, you took your 50 out, you let this sucker ride, and what if it goes to a $50 million market cap? This one's got a $1.26 million market cap. What if it does a 50x and you got all your collab? Yeah, it's a tiny position, but who cares? A $50 position can turn into $5,000, $2,000. That'd be awesome. So Mr. I bought $1,300 worth, depending on how he plays that strategy. What if that were to 50x? And sometimes it does. Sometimes it just turns into nothing. And that's what we get out of meme coin. So I always keep that in mind. 1 billion total supply on this one. This one's got a nice DEX score, 95 out of 99 there. So that's kind of cool. So shout out again to Crypto Chester and some of his picks there. Give him credit where credit is due. He doesn't even know I'm talking about it, so. And doesn't hurt. Check him out. Give him a like and a follow. Good dude. Good dude. He's not out there trying to shill stuff and all that. I mean, I think he's got he might have some kind of group. I don't know if it's paid or not, but there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a paid group, but I don't bash those who do have something. A paid little, I only bash the ones that are just not being forefront and honest about where their money's coming from. The ones that try to stretch that truth to get more people into the real moneymaker. If their skills doesn't look like it supports their lifestyle, yeah, I'm calling them out on it. And so far, there's only one person. But hopefully, Holdy will make a comeback and go to the upside. Oh, we got Joe. Hey, how's it going, Joe? Joe's also a YouTuber. We're going to have a stream here in about 30 minutes. I want to make sure I get off so I can go check out Joe. Mr. Miles says, I'm going to get you to buy some cash for me. It won't be hard. You just got to show me how to get to the platform and all that, because apparently it's not up and running yet or whatever. I got the wallet. Haven't got it loaded or anything. A mercy received. Dog calls are on chain. Mr. Mouse, Chester Shields, Thailand. I don't know the story of how he got to Thailand. Because he's definitely a Brit. He's a good dude. I like him. America. All right, so Holdy, another one, his picks. It is down on the low lows today, and I might have to do nibbling here, especially if she breaks up above this little area. I want to see her break up above that area. Otherwise, she can come down all the way back down to where she started. So these are some very, very risky plays. But man, at $1 million market cap, and the other one was what, $374,000 market cap. Maybe they'll take off. Maybe they won't. You know, Degens. This is Degen day. Chester's not. Chester is not a complete degen. All right, he's got sensible investing and trading skills. But I was kind of pleased to find that he. I mean, it's not like somebody. Oh, this is hot. Let's talk about it. It was like, oh, I'm actually put some effort into studying this and doing homework and applying a little method to this, and this is what I got, guys. And I'm like, I respect that. I respect that. So again, I guess I should actually give him a shout out, shouldn't I? If I want to be talking about him and what we and things from his live stream, that is only fair. So let's do a proper shout out to Crypto Chester. Right here he is. And so this was his live stream when he went over that and went over his techniques on what he's looking on meme coins. I would recommend looking at that. That was some good alpha. I'm definitely going to steal it. Give him credit for it, of course, but I'm definitely going to take notes from what he's got there. Crypto Chester, good dude, man. Good dude. I met him through one of my early watchers named Lauren, who was working as she was an admin or a moderator over his channel. And after I watched him, I said, he's a good solid dude to watch. Really is. All right, so some of the coins that I've got my eye on during this kind of low area. One of them is that I'm kind of interested in is Naka, one of the hot gaming coins that has just been decimated. Down here, it's at $1.10 now. It got down as low as 93 cents. You know, I was sucking that up there. In these areas, I don't think I got as low as 93, but I'm in the 90s on it. So again, lost the major trend line. Sucks. We'll come back and test that at some point. I don't know if we'll ever break through it again. Don't know, but even getting back up to those areas from here, I mean, that's almost 100%er. Even not getting up to those areas is still pretty impressive. Just getting back up to the top areas before we started dropping, 72%. So Naka's in a good place. Remember, she got up to past $3. She hasn't been down here. I was fortunate enough to get into her thinking I was buying the tops at 30 cents. And then she just went crazy. So yeah, I don't feel bad at all buying around $1. She's made a lower low from over here. But a nice one. She did hit this area. She came down to the 0.15. Might she get rejected and come and actually make this 1618? That could happen. I don't see it happen all the time, but we did see it happen. Was it Turbo? Turbo actually hit its 1618, and that's a good thing. Then it should. It's a good probability that if either here could be the bottom, if it reclaims this 1272 area, or reclaims some of these other areas that are bottomish, Or it might rebound and come back down here, in which place 83 cents would be a gorgeous buy for Nakamoto. And if you're thinking, oh no, she may drop lower, but Nakamoto Games, man, one of the main things. I can't, you know, if she's sexy at $3, if this flag going to the upside was so enticing and beautiful, everybody wants Naka over here when it's $2 to $3. Why are we not just going freaking out when she's at 85 cents, 90 something cents, or $1? Those are good buys. I don't care how you look at it, trend line breaking or not. Those are just, if you got an investor mindset, you're like, damn, that does sound good. That sounds good, yo. I got 18 months for it to go to possibly $50 or more. Who knows? Buy it for $1. I don't know how high it can go, but it'll go more than $1. So that's a good one I'm looking at. Mr. Miles says Chester moved to Thailand after... Oh, I lost it. Chester moved to Thailand after his brother moved there. A big reason for his business and taxes. Oh, man. Must be so nice to be from a country. If you leave that country and go to another one, you can just stop paying taxes over there. Not that way here in the great USSA. You learn that if you're a citizen, once you become a citizen of the U.S., then you ain't ever going to stop paying taxes unless you totally expatriate. So if you move to another country, not only you're going to have to pay your taxes there, you're also going to have to pay some back to the old U.S. so that they can go buy bombs and missiles and put them around the world in places. I don't think that's right. And they came after one of our crypto bros, man, Roger Ver, who thought he settled it all up. And they said, no, we're going to pull a fast one on you. We're going to come and take all your money in Spain. And that's just pure shitty. I'm going to call it for what it is. At Road Dog Crypto, I want to know why Chester sniffs his fingers in so many of his thumbnails and profile pics. I've never really paid attention to that. I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm not going to make a comment that first came to my mind, which is what one of my old bosses did to me one time. I thought was very crass. Anyway. All right, so one more coin. Let me throw one more out that I'm kind of... It's not down a lot, but I think it's one you don't want to look at. I mean, it's a boomer. It's not a boomer coin, but Chainlink, man, it's just one that I think is worth picking up some whenever she drops down to lower lows. Remember, she did stay between about $5 for the longest. Most boring play out there in crypto was Chainlink from $5 to $9. Actually, it wasn't if you're playing that range. I think a lot of people actually cleaned up a lot on Chainlink, and I wasn't one of them. Because I wasn't thinking in those modes there. I'm like, accumulation. But there was some range traders that played that very well. Flirting with the main trend line, breaking below, but now bouncing back in. And when we bounce back in, I'm bullish. I like that and see that she could probably make a nice big come up here. Or fall over and come down cheaper to 957 if the whole market tanks. Remember, I am looking for a possible rally for altcoins and then for them to get a retracement. That's the overall thesis that I've got going on. And that's my game plan. I'm not trying to look to just, oh, let's go all into the big positions now. I'm actually planning on taking some profits here, de-risking a little bit as the numbers go up over probably the next 7 days is what I'm looking for. We need a rally. Hope we get a rally. It looks like we're getting a rally, but we're not out of the woods yet. Bitcoin's hanging around 65,000. Please, Bitcoin, get above 65.5. That would be awesome. Would love to see that. Get above 67.5. That would be even more awesome. See that happen. 70,000 might be in the cards again, but we got those two major areas that we like. This little guy, 65. Are we above it? These major areas that were weekly candle closes on Bitcoin's last all-time high areas. Those are the areas that we're fighting against right now that we need to get above. And this is not the first time we lost them. And I'm hoping it's looking strongly that she might be pushing her down lower. So just trying to make a plan in case of that, because the signs are already showing, well, hell, they may already be starting on that. Can't see if we're regaining our 9 moving average here on the 4 hour. Looks like we tried, but we lost it. And if we lose it, well, them market makers are going to have some fun, and those whales are going to have some fun with our portfolios. All right, guys, that's all I got. Time for me to get off because I got to go watch JoJo history. But thanks for hanging out with me on just a short random stream during the day. Figured it'd be a good time to talk about a possible rally we got going on for altcoins. Don't get too carried away or sold on the thought that, oh man, it's all good and we're good from here. I think we got some more downside coming. Is what I'm seeing in the charts. You just want to be ready and be able to take advantage of it, because that's when you can really make the money. So either whether your game is shorting or to take some profit, have some dry powder and buy lower. Now, I'm not saying sell out of your positions and buy cheaper. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying have a plan to where you can make it work for you, whether it's taking a little bit of profit and buying cheaper. I'm not selling out of any of my whole bags unless it's one that I just have no conviction in. But I definitely ain't selling at a loss. We got a lot more upside coming in this market, and if you can stomach it, and if you got a plan on how to engage in it, then you can make some serious life-changing money. If you're flip-flopping and getting in and getting out and getting scared and don't know what to do, then that's where you're in danger of losing money. And right now, I'm just zen and namaste. I've got my bases covered. We're just waiting to see what happens. I'm just waiting on the money to come in. I'm just getting impatient, that's all. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you tonight on our late night stream. Try to shoot for around 10 or 10:30. So just to give you a heads up. I'm going to go watch Joe now. See you guys in a little bit. How do we get out of here? You're such a boomer. Good night, John Boy. Mr. Miles says, my plan is simple, hodl. There ain't nothing wrong with that plan. That is a very good plan. And I bet I know what you're hodling too, Mr. Miles. Same one I'm trying to build a bag of. That bag's growing with this drop. I would like to get to 200,000 gas, but if I can, without having to really pay for it. That's my game plan. See you guys in a little bit. I'm going to Joe's.